Let's talk about it. So, Nicki Minaj think this gold card is really going to help her out. Who going to tell her? Who going to tell her? Who going to tell her? Let's get into Chad, because Chad always told us that the bitch wasn't for us, and we been knew this. And I always felt she ain't give a fuck about people, period. She ain't give a fuck about nobody that help her out, nobody that's her fan. She ain't care about people, period. I didn't care to be a fan, because she is a troll. Let's get into what Chad had to say.
What's up, y'all? And welcome back to another episode of Me Being Fucking Right once again. Yesterday, Nicki Minaj in the 11th hour decided to pay her victim, um, Thomas Wiedemuller, who was assaulted when he provided security for one of her concerts back in, I believe it was 2018. Her husband assaulted this man and shattered his jaw, and then she whisked him out of Germany and left this victim high and dry. Well, the victim came to America, and he was able to successfully put an order in for, or a motion in for a judge to force her to sell her home, since she didn't pay this guy. And she has this weird way of thinking that she can just skip out on lawsuits and things like that and not have to actually compensate her victims for her nasty behavior. And so I called it out here. I'm gonna insert one of my videos that I did from back in 2022 where I called this out.
So, y'all, somebody sent me over this story and I've never heard about it. So, I went and looked it up, y'all, and was blown away. Check this out. So, a very kind chatty sent me over this, and I deducted their identification because I don't want the barbs attacking my channels. But they posted, what? Didn't Kenny Petty assault and break someone's collar while in Germany while Onika assaulted a female with a shoe during the concert, resulting in a lawsuit? He hasn't changed at all, in my opinion. Hashtag surviving the petties. And I was like, attack somebody with a shoe? According to a report by TMZ, Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty are sued by security honcho, claims Petty sucker punched him. Now, this report came out January 27th of this year, and I never saw it. Nicki Minaj and her husband have a funny way of thanking security guards at her concerts, at least according to one of them, who claims Kenneth Petty ambushed and punched him backstage. That guy was the head of security for one of Nicki's concerts in Germany back in March of 2019. And in a lawsuit, he claims the rapper was pissed at a security staffer for allowing a male fan to get on stage during the show. In docs obtained by TMZ, Thomas Wiedemuller alleges Nicki yelled at the female security guard, calling her a and recorded the whole thing. Wiedemuller says the security guard was left in tears, so he interceded and went to speak with Nicki about the incident. According to the suit, Nicki screamed at him too, saying, "Who do you think you are?" and allegedly threw her shoe at him. He says her aim was off and he escaped unscathed. However, he claims he was later called back to Nicki's room for another discussion. And while she ripped into him again, Kenneth allegedly came out of nowhere and punched him square in the face, breaking his jaw. Kenneth packs one hell of a punch, apparently. Wiedemuller says he had 8 surgeries to fix his jaw, now has 5 plates in his face, and will need an additional 6 surgeries to get right. He's suing Kenneth and Nicki, who he alleges provoked the attack, for damages, including his hefty medical bills. TMZ reached out to Nicki's camp, but they got no word back. Can you imagine how mortifying that must be? I mean, to work for the biggest selling female rap artist of all time, and her husband sneak punch you and break your fucking jaw. So y'all know I've been looking for those documents, the ones TMZ got. Unfortunately, when it comes to German civil court cases, documents and files and things like that are generally non-accessible unless you can like wiggle through the lines to get those kinds of things. So it's very interesting to find out how TMZ got those documents. But I guess we got to kind of trust the big boys on this one.
So, as always, whenever I decide to cover this topic specifically, because sis is so clocky,
She's so clocky. I can just clock you out, sis. And that be what the problem is. The Barbs think that they can bully me because I have an opinion about the shit that I can see. You're not gonna bully me, bitch, because you can't bully receipts. That's what the whole problem
Shout out to
is.
Jed because she put
So
that
this
order
ain't
together when we
that,
talking about
and you're
this
not
years
gonna
ago.
change the
Okay, what we
narrative.
talking
So
about.
now
So
they're all in
now
my
we at the
comments
point
and they're
where
saying, "Oh, well,
hold on.
this is."
Let's get over here first before we get to this other thing that I wanted to show. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Just see. No, no, no.
Strikes again, and I can't lie. I I told you guys, and every time that she does something that is definitely a career ender, I want you guys to remember my face and remember my voice. I was the one who told you guys this was going to happen. And I'm not shocked, I am a black American gay man, and to see this has been absolutely disgusting. I saw earlier today Nicki Minaj decided that she wanted to go ahead and align herself with Charlie Kirk's wife, Erica Kirk, as she went to speak at a Turning Point USA event where she went and got on her knees in front of white America and gargled the president's balls. I mean, there's no better way to say it.
But guess what?
What's
Okay.
And you have amazing role models like the assassin, JD Van. And when I say that,
So you madder now? What's that about? All your friends is madder now. It's Nicki that they gon' renounce. Ronald ain't no role model. The pain caused is massive. I think your taste in man has changed, but it really hasn't. You said that boys will be boys. Did you mean that sincerely, or did you mean that you support actions of sex offenders like shopping Trinidad? Maybe we should send you back. All these signatures on these petitions say we think you're whack. Alright, listen, Nicki, when I say this, I'll be nice. Cause unlike you, I don't comment. I'll have this moment for life. Calling JD an assassin is the least of my concerns. You sound oblivious, but you ain't dumb. You knew that it would burn. 10 million unfollows on IG. Piss everyone off and disappear. Guess that's your IP. Yes, you can change your mind, but know that you might disappoint. Nicki, your career is dead. This is the turning point.
Okay, can we talk about it? But they're not ready to talk about it. But let's finish getting into it, okay? Because my girl be on point.
What are your thoughts on Nicki Minaj? What are your thoughts on Nicki Minaj? I have no thoughts. I feel no ways. I don't give a f. Would you drop off your kids at R. Kelly's daycare? Would you? What do you mean, no? But he can sing. He's a talented rapist. Would you go to Little Uzi Vert's church? You wouldn't? Little Nas X's church? You wouldn't? So why the f would I care about Nicki Minaj's political standing? That is not going to help. Listen, Donald Trump could drop an album, a deluxe album with finesse 2 times. That's not going to help his approval rating go up. We still disapprove of him. You wouldn't let a mechanic perform heart surgery on you, just like you wouldn't let a 5-year-old do your taxes, because you understand that everyone has a role in society. Nicki Minaj's role is to get all the barbs over to MAGA. She's trying to get money and citizenship. So if you still like her music, that makes sense, because she's a rapper, not a political figure. Problem is that this administration and MAGA and people that are MAGA affiliated still believe that they can use rappers, drug dealers, drug addicts, and strippers to influence educated black people and prominent voices in the black community, and they can't because we're not going. Unfortunately, us with common sense can't live in a Barbie dream house at 40 years old. We don't live at Mar-a-Lago, and we don't live on Epstein's Island. We live in real life, and we disapprove in real life, in real time. So am I mad at Nicki McMaga Wig for doing what rappers do? Rappers lie all the time. They try to convince you that selling drugs and committing crimes are cool while they sit up there and hobnob with billionaires while their children are going to private schools. You know why you never see those in the hood? Because they aren't in the hood, though they like you to believe that they are. So no, I'm not mad that Nicki's doing what rappers do. I'm more mad at the Trump administration for asking for donations for anything regarding the American people when they use our tax dollars to help other countries live a better life, have a better quality of life. right? They're using our tax dollars to make sure that other countries have free health care, free child care, free education. That's what I'm more mad at. If anybody should be mad at Nicki, it should be the queer community because they spent all their money making sure she had a platform, and now she's using that platform to go against them. They thought they had an ally. Educated black people did not lose Nicki.
And that's facts because Nicki Minaj wasn't ever for us, and she always said she was never for us.
Hey, I'm sick of y'all asking what black people are going to do about this situation here that's going on in our country. This is going to be an angry rant, so if you call me an angry black woman, please call me the angriest. Am I a masculine woman?
About that. All right, now let's get into a couple other things that I got when it comes to... Okay, hold on, give me a second. This one killed it too. Give me a second. I got something else for your ears. It's right here.
Whole lot of traitors turn to hate.
Okay, because shout outs to G305. She said Nicki Minaj cut it out. You sold your soul a long time ago, Roman, when you stepped on that stage as Bloody Mary with a man dressed like the Pope. Satan is not giving your soul back. You taking up for Christianity is not going to get you through the pearly gates of heaven. God did not forget you were a tyrant. Okay? Can we talk about it? Y'all remember when she did that? They're not ready to talk about it though. Shout outs to her. I ain't gonna hold you. I fucks with this page, but I really don't like this page like that because I really don't like how they come at Clarissa. And I fucks with Clarissa just a little bit. But let's get with her because she do be on a point with a lot of things.
Yourself. If nobody ain't told you you need to be ashamed of yourself, Geisha 305 is going to definitely tell you need to be ashamed of yourself. You go along with anything when you feel like you drown. Nicki Minaj reporting the master. Yes, master. I'll get on the podium, master, and say, I'm your biggest fan, master. I'll betray all the people that supported me, master. After I said your wife was a pea-brain. After I asked people, you don't want to be a Melania, do you? Don't you want to be a Michelle Obama? That's what you said in that video. You was like, don't you want to be a Michelle Obama? I know you don't want to be a Melania, a fucking Melania.
Cause Barack needed a Michelle, bitch. And Bill needed a motherfucking Hillary, bitch. You better pray to God you don't get stuck with a motherfucking Melania. You niggas want brainless bitches? Cause Barack needed a Michelle, bitch.
Okay, y'all heard her.
And then I wanna get high, so I take a deep breath and I snort me a line because I'm no longer an immigrant. I supported Trump. And I say, I don't need a green card because Trump made me a citizen. Please pardon my husband because I'm no longer an immigrant. Coke from the trap, a cop, coke from the trap, cop, coke from the trap, a cop, coke from the trap.
That was funny, okay? I had to bring that in because she funny as shit. The barbs might make y'all think that everybody is with this shit, but in reality, everybody not with this shit. This is not nobody but Nicki and her cult fan base that she have on which con. Now she at Melania event. Hold on, let's give a second, because now Don Lemon locked up too. Y'all remember she came at him and called him a cocksucker, right? Y'all remember that? Let's get into it.
His church stunt in Minneapolis. He since called you racist, unhinged, homophobic, and out of your depth. Anything you'd like to say to Don Lemon? Cocksucker, stop.
And that's who a lot of people support, which is her fan base. And let's get into it because, mind you, Melania tickets have not been sold, right? Let's get into it. Mind you, it been low sell tickets when it came to her tour. When it came to the movie that she's trying to present for Donald Trump. Okay? So now let's get into it. How about it all comes out that only 4 people in the whole world had bought a ticket, and guess who now is premiering at the release of the tickets for her movie? Child, a hot mess. She looked like she's so alone at this fucking event. She looked like she ain't got nobody really to talk to, and she ain't got no communication with nobody because she don't fit in over there. This is a hot mess. Tasha K and everybody want y'all to think that this is what people love. From what I hear, Linnell said, she was the only one there. It was like 10 tickets sold all over the country. Claudia said, girl, only 7 tickets sold in all of Great British. 1 in South Africa. Can we talk about it? Can we talk about it? But the Barbs and people like Akbar and all the, like she called Don Lemon Cox, yeah, all of those type of people is the ones that's going to be thinking that all this shit is cute and cool. When she said she was a baby when she came over here and how they treated her. The same shit that they doing to all these other people. But they never ready to talk about that, okay? Now let's get into this right here. Hold on, give me a second. Hold on, give me a second. Don Lemon gets arrested. Y'all remember, she called him a cocksucker a while ago and called him out for storming into that church or whatever else like that. Mind you, the main lady that set up the whole event, they locked her up and somebody else up, but they wound up releasing them the same day because the judge wasn't having that shit. The judge said that it was not that deep for them to go storming at they motherfucking house and lock them the fuck up. But you want to know the other side, this is how they do it. They likes to play this type of game, okay? So now Don Lemon is arrested by federal agents over Minnesota church protests linked to anti-ICE. Can we talk about it? So they put out a statement from Don Lemon attorney. Don Lemon was taken into custody by federal agents last night in Los Angeles, where he was covering the Grammy Awards. Don has been a journalist for 30 years and has constitutionally protected work in Minnesota was no different than what he has already done. The First Amendment exists to protect journalists whose role it is to shine light on the truth and hold those in power accountable. There is no more important time for people like Don to be doing his work. Instead of investigating the federal agents who killed 2 peaceful Minnesota protester, the Trump Justice Department is devoting its time, attention, and resources to this arrest. And that is the real indictment of the wrongdoing in this case. This is Don Lemon attorney. This unproceeded attack in the First Amendment and transparent attempt to distract attention from many crises facing this administration will not stand. Don will fight these charges brutally thoroughly in court. Okay? He innocent. Let him out. Okay? Could we talk about it? Because, and this is another reason why she over there. Because she realized how all the people that she didn't like was over there with Kamala. And this is the games that she liked to play. Like, share, motherfucker, subscribe. Get the motherfucker lighters up. Let's go.